1099.7, 125 on the opposite side of the strip.
The returning drag weaker Randy Heinzelman in the right-hand lane. That 70 Cuda looks like an AAR, but is big block powered.
And Terry Miller is running modified, naturally aspirated, a very interesting category. We'll find out what he's got under the hood and what he has for capability. Miller is looking good. 883.9, 154 out of an NA car is stout. 9304 to 144.97 as Dan Seitz comes up. So Seitz out of the St. Louis, Missouri area, the High Performance Motorsports deal, that's his business. You know, Dan showed up last year and just laid waste to his category.
You know, Heinzelman there in that purple Cuda, he was third in class last year in a 978, and he just rolled a 930. So I'm thinking he's got a good week ahead.
So Mr. Heinzelman, who is currently leading his category, rolls up in that purple AAR Cuda. And we knew he'd be coming back, so the guys that got into the lanes early, like first thing, like Danny Allen, have been able to cycle around for a second pass very quickly. Early bird getting the worm for real here at Drag Week.
Now watch this Cuda and realize that it is naturally aspirated, and that's not going to slow him down from a 930 yesterday at 144 miles an hour, and we'll watch now if he can back that up and keep his leadership in the street race, or excuse me, super street, big block, naturally aspirated category.
Heinzelman from a town that sounds like it was named by Dr. Seuss called Pflugerville, Texas. Danny Allen, the racer from just outside Columbus, Ohio. This thing spun the tire hard and headed to the center line first hit. Not this time. Heinzelman gets the starting line advantage. Remember, Allen's car's on foot, Heinzelman's car's NA, and it looks like Randy's going to get to the stripe first. 9:30, 1-0, 144. Allen goes 9:708 at 144 miles an hour as well. And I don't care if it's a time trial or an elimination round. If you get a car with a couple of carburetors on it or a Dominator or something, you can outrun a dude with a turbo. That is a little chip on your shoulder. That's cool.
Well, Brian, I'm getting the word from Lonnie Grimm, who is running the staging lane operations. We have an hour and 20 left in session one. Racers in the pits, hour and 20 in session one.
John Puckett out here, man. He came off the starting line with just 8 full levels of RPM. Sidesteps the clutch, pulls the shift handle, and rips one through. 946, 3 at 148. As Jeremy Heiser, also in the stick shift car, a Pontiac, goes ripping down through at a 947, 9 at 142. So I talked to Puckett last night. We were eating at the same fine Italian restaurant, and he said, listen, I'm making one run and leaving every day. I don't care what it is. You know why he is here? Because there has been an impromptu stick shift throwdown set up amongst the stick shift racers. They're going to throw money in a pot, and he says, I'm here for Friday, bro. Here's your man right here.
Heinzelman in the purple Cuda.
So Greg Holbert, who has turned into like the, Dr. X this week of finding people parts and saving their lives, he has got a transmission for Dan Nissen. He's handled. Heinzelman goes 942 to 143.
Slowing down a little bit. Unfortunately, we were announcing Heinzelman yesterday as the leader of Super Street Big Block Naturally Aspirated because we had not seen the final class change paperwork for Kurt Johnson. So Heinzelman in that purple Cuda comes down to number 2, and he has been a big player at Drag Week for the last several years. Almost always hitting the podium with that car.
And Tom Ciancino goes 973.9 at 144.57.
That clearly locking down the top of the hot rod class for the little blue 37 Ford pickup. In the left-hand lane, we got Randy Heinzelman out here. He's been running this thing forever. He's second in his class. He's got a big block in that AAR-looking Cuda. The right-hand lane, Dominic Svarek. In the red second-gen Camaro.
Okay.
Well, I got a minute here. Thank you very much to Dodge and Gear Vendors Overdrives for presenting this event, as well as Autometer, who's taking care of our live feed. Oh, he's way sideways. He's going to have to give up on that run. That's not going to happen at all. But Randy Heinzelman's not doing too bad as he runs 115 miles an hour to the 8th. He goes through 949, 143 with a naturally aspirated big block in that car.
This is a good one. Heinzelman in the far lane with the big block Mopar on the AAR Cuda. This one has no first gear, so he is shifting second, third, and then he's using the gear vendors. That's what's going on there. And in the close lane with the Cougar Eliminator, Gavin Lusk. He's number 3 in modified power adder, but he can lose that if he doesn't actually put something down. If the guy ahead of him goes faster, which is Dan Hirsch in that yellow Mustang that you just saw run, this is going to be a run for the win. Should be an 8-second pass out of the Cougar. He gets out with a 1.2860 foot with the Cougar. And he goes 876.152. 876.152. Whereas Heinzelman, even without the help of first gear, goes 979.143.